A very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to continue with the numericals of chapter 14, measurement and effects of heat. So let's start. I'll read out the numerical first. Two substances A and B have specific heat C and 2C respectively. If A and B are given Q and 4Q amounts of heat respectively, the change in their temperatures is the same. If the mass of A is m, what is the mass of B? Now, if you read the first sentence, it is written two substances A and B have specific heat C and 2C respectively. They have written substances together, they have written specific heats together. When I'm reading it, I have to make sure and understand which specific heat is for which substance. Two specific heats are given, C and 2C. You have to identify which is a specific heat of A and which is a specific heat of B. For making it simple, they have used the word respectively. Okay, what does that mean? It means that whichever substance is written first, that will have the specific heat that is written first. If you see which is a substance written first, A is a substance. Two substances A. So A is written first. Okay, and in specific heat, what is written first? C is written first. So A will have the specific heat of C. Okay, which is the second word written, second substance written is B. Okay, and which is the second specific heat written? 2C. So B will have the specific heat of 2C. Okay, that is the main reason why respectively word is used. Whichever substance is written first, that will have the first specific heat. Whichever substance is written second, that will have the second specific heat. So A has a specific heat of C and B has a specific heat of 2C. Okay, same thing is repeated in the next sentence. It's written if A and B are given Q and 4Q amounts of heat respectively. Again the word has come. Okay, so here A is written first in the sentence. Okay, and in heat Q is written first. So A has the heat of Q and B has the heat of 4Q. Okay, then you have the third sentence written, the change in their temperatures is the same, which means that here three things of both the substances are given. Both A and B, their specific heats are given, the heat that is being given, that is also given, and the temperature they have mentioned that A as well as B, their change in temperature is the same. Okay, then they have one extra thing given, that is mass of A is m is mentioned. That is, A substance has the mass of small m. You have to find out what is the mass of the substance B. Okay, so based on whatever is written, we will just see what is given. So whatever now you're going to write, you're going to divide it into two parts. One, you will write what is given for substance A, and second part you will write what is given for substance B. So for A, specific heat given is C, heat is Q, and here what we are doing is, because temperature they have given as being the same, for A also and for B also we will take a common letter, that is capital T. Okay, mass of A is given as m. So this is what is being, four things have been mentioned for substance A. Let's consider now for substance B. Specific heat is given as 2C, heat is given as 4Q. Now here, as I already mentioned, temperature of both A and B is the same. That is why for both of it we are considering the same capital letter T. Now if you look at for A and for B, what we have written, A substance has four things that are given. It has the temperature given, specific heat, heat and mass. Four things have been given for A, but for B if you see, only three things are given. Okay, so whatever is missing in B, that is what we are supposed to find. What is missing in B? mass is missing. So we are supposed to find out mass of B. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to write down the equation of heat for substance A. We know it is Q is equal to mCT. We'll just recheck what we've written. Based on whatever was given, the heat of A was Q, that is why we've written Q. The mass of A was small m, that we have written. Specific heat is C, that also we have written, and T we have taken common, that also we have written. Now, T, because it's common, what we will do is we will take it on the left hand side. Okay, so when you're taking T in the place of Q, Q will come in the numerator, and whatever is along with T, that goes into the denominator. Okay, if I'm taking T on the left hand side, Q will come into the numerator where T is. Both are exchanging their places. Okay, so T goes on the left hand side, Q comes into the numerator, and what do you have right now in with T? You have M and C, that goes into the denominator. So you have T is equal to Q upon M into C. This is my equation 1. You have to remember this, okay, because you're going to use this further. Then you have heat for B. Same method we are using for B substance also. So here we are supposed to write heat for substance B. Now here what I have done, same it is, Q is equal to mCT, that is there. In that you have to fill in what is being given to you. So we know the heat of B is 4Q, that is why I have written that. Mass is taken as capital M, because this is what we are supposed to find out. So that we have considered as being capital M, is equal to, what is the specific heat of B? It is 2C. So that we have written into T, which we have taken as common. Same thing again we will do. T that is there, we will take it on the left hand side. When we are taking T on the left, 4Q comes into the numerator, and M and 2C goes into the denominator. So T is equal to 4Q upon M into 2C, and this we will consider as being equation 2. So equation 1 and equation 2, based on this we are going to solve the remaining numerical. Okay, so this is our equation 1, this is equation 2. Now if you look at this carefully, both equations have same left hand side. Okay, both of it has capital T on the left. So what we will do, because the left hand side is equal, we will say that the right hand side is also equal. So whatever is written on the right hand side, that we will put on the left and the right of an equation. Okay, I repeat, because the left hand side is equal, we will consider the right hand side also to be equal. We'll rewrite that. So we have Q upon M into C is equal to 4Q upon M into 2C. Nothing we've done. Whatever is the first equation, the second equation, we have considered that to be equal. Okay, because the left hand side is equal, right hand side is also considered to be equal. Now what do you do? Whatever is common in these two, we are going to cancel that. Left hand side Q and right hand side Q will get cancelled. Okay, M you cannot cancel because one is small and one is in capital, so you cannot cancel that. C we can cancel. So on the left we have cancelled Q and the C, and on the right again Q and C. So we will rewrite this after cancellation. So on the right, on the left hand side, now we have only M in the denominator, and on the right hand side we have 4 upon M into 2. Now this 4 and 2 we can divide them. Okay, after division we will get 2 upon M. So the left hand side we have M in the denominator, and the right hand side we have 2 upon M. Now we will cross multiply. When we cross multiply, what do we get? M is equal to 2M, and that was what we were supposed to find. Okay, we were supposed to find the mass of B substance. Mass of B was considered to be capital M. Okay, So mass of B, if you see, it is 2m. Here m is the mass of A. So we can write mass of B is nothing but it is twice that of the mass of A. Okay, because capital M was of B and small m was of A. So mass of B is twice that of mass of A. That is our final answer. I hope this is clear. Let's look at another example. Now here, when a substance having mass 3 kg receives 600 calorie of heat, its temperature increases by 10 degrees Celsius. What is the specific heat of the substance? Let's see what is given. Mass is given as 3 kg. So m is equal to 3 kg. We are going to convert it into gram because specific heat has its unit in gram. So 3 kg we have to convert it into gram. We know 1 kg is 1000 gram. So 3 kg will be 3000 gram. Okay, we've multiplied it by 1000. Then we have heat. It is receiving 600 calorie of heat. So Q is equal to 600 cal. Okay, then temperature increases by 10 degrees Celsius. So T is equal to 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, to find, we are supposed to find specific heat, that is C is equal to question mark. Very simple this is. Formula directly we know which formula we are going to use, that is Q is equal to mCT. This is the formula. We are only substituting the given values. So we are substituting Q is 600, mass is 3000 into C into 10. Okay, now we are supposed to find out C, so we are supposed to take it on the left hand side. So when you're taking C on the left hand side, whatever is along with C goes into the denominator and 600 comes in the place of C, just now as you saw in the last numerical. Okay, so C is equal to 600 came into the numerator and whatever was along with C goes into the denominator. So that is how it is. Okay, now we will solve this. When you solve this, first of all we'll solve it by cancelling the zeros. So when you cancel the zeros, you get 6 upon 300. If you go to divide it, you will get 1 upon 50. That is nothing but 0.02 cal per gram degree Celsius. So this is the specific heat. Okay, this is very simple, just substituting the values and finding out the answer. So 0.02 is the specific heat. Going to the next one, third one, I'll read it out. What will be the increase in length of a steel rod of length 0.5 meter when its temperature is increased by 60 degree Celsius, and in bracket they have given coefficient of linear expansion of steel is 0.4013. 0.000013. Okay, so again we will start by writing what is given. Length of a steel rod of length 0.5 meter. So initial length is given. Okay, so initially the length is 0.5 meter. Temperature increased by 60 degree Celsius. So we will write change in temperature is equal to 60 degree Celsius. And they have given coefficient of linear expansion. Now because it is steel and it's a rod, you need to have the alpha value, correct? So that is why that is being given to us. So that we will write the value we have written. Okay, now what they are telling us to find, they are asking us what will be the increase in the length. So increase in length is question mark. Now here I have written it in words. You can write it directly by using the letters. So initial length of the rod is L. Change in temperature is delta T. Coefficient of linear expansion is alpha, and increase in length, which is what we have to find, is delta L. Okay, so formula you must have understood by now. It is delta L is equal to lambda L1 into delta T. So we have already, I have already told you what it is. Okay, so there all we are supposed to substitute. So substituting the given values, so delta L is equal to, very simple, this is whatever has been given to you, only that you have to substitute, only multiplication you have to do in this, there is nothing else. Okay, so we have substituted the value, and if you go to multiply, you get it to be 0.00039 meter. So the change in the length is this particular value. Okay, next one. How much heat will be needed to raise the temperature of 1.5 kg of water from 15 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius? Now here there is one extra thing that you have to know. They are telling give the answer in calories as well as in joule. Alright, so we'll take it one by one. We'll write what is given. Now it is written first. Now here it can be confusing. See, they have written how much heat will be needed to raise the temperature of 1.5 kg. Please note, it's temperature of 1.5 kg. Now here you all will get confused with temperature and 1.5. Because it is 1.5 kg of water, kg word has come, so we are basically talking about mass of water. Okay, even though it's written, when they are writing the sentence, they are writing it as temperature of 1.5. So 1.5 kg of water means you're basically talking about mass of water. Okay, now here it is 1.5 kg, we need to convert it into gram. Okay, 1 kg is 1000 gram. So 1.5 into 1000 is not 15,000, it is 1500, because you have a point there. Okay, you have a decimal there, that is why it comes to be 1500 gram it is. Okay, then they here, now this is what they are telling, this is the temperature change that they are mentioning. You, if you are getting confused, you can look at the unit that is mentioned, you will understand. Now here, how am I telling you that it is temperature? Because degree Celsius is used, that is why it is temperature. Okay, so temperature is raised from 15 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. So we will write change in temperature. I told you, instead of sitting and subtracting the two numbers while you're solving in the formula, you do it before only. So that is why change in temperature is 45 minus 15, that is 30 degree Celsius. To find, now here the numerical starts by saying how much heat. So we know that heat required is question mark. Now again here I've written full sentences, you can use letters here. Mass of water will be M, change in temperature will be delta T, heat required is Q. Formula, Q is equal to M into T. Now here a question will come, where did the C go? Because what we've learned is Q is equal to MCT. Okay, this normally you will see whenever the substance that you're taking is water. Okay, water has the specific heat of 1. So if you mention it in this formula also, if you don't mention it is okay, because it is 1, there is no change that will happen when you're solving it. Okay, so you have to be very careful about this. If in case in the numerical the substance that is used, if it is water, you can directly omit or you can cancel the C in the formula. Instead of writing Q is equal to mCT, you can directly write Q is equal to m into T. No need of writing C over there if the substance is water. Okay, I hope I've made myself clear. So because it is water, we will directly take it to be Q is equal to m into T. Okay, simple this is, we are substituting the values. Only that much we have to do. Q is equal to, now Q is what we have to find, so Q is equal to, what is M? It is 1500 grams, so 1500 into, what is the temperature change? It is 30. So 1500 into 30, 45,000 cal. Now this is not the final answer. Why this is not the final answer? Because they have mentioned give the answer in calories as well as in joules. So this part of the numerical we have solved. Now you've got it in calories, you have to give it in joule. How will you give it in joule? When we learned in all the previous lectures and classes that 1 calorie is 4.18 joule. Okay, how much is it? 1 calorie is 4.18 joule. This is known to us. What we have to find out, if 1 calorie is 4.18 joule, how much will be 45,000 calorie? Okay, so what we have to do, we have to multiply 45,000 into 4.18 to get the answer in joule. So 45,000 into 4.18, 1,88,100 joule is the answer. Okay, so when you are giving the answer, you have to say that the heat that is needed in calorie is 45,000 and the heat in joule is 1,88,100. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next one. If the temperature of water changes by 10 degrees Celsius on giving 300 calorie of heat, what is the mass of water? Let's start by writing what is given. Temperature of water changes by 10 degrees Celsius. Again, temperature of water. So the substance here is water. Temperature changes 10 degrees Celsius. So change in temperature 10 degrees Celsius. 300 calorie of heat is given. So heat now we have got here is 300 cal. In the previous numerical we had to find out heat, but here heat is given to us. Okay, so heat is 300 cal. To find, what are we supposed to find? Mass of water. So here again if you see, let's find out what are the letters here. First 10 degrees Celsius is T, 300 cal is Q, and to find is M. So formula we will use is again Q is equal to MT. Why C is not mentioned? Because the substance used is water. Water has a specific heat of 1. So no need of mention. If you want to mention, you can mention, but there's no need. Okay, so Q is equal to M into T. We are going to substitute the values given. Now here it is 300 is equal to M into 10. We have only substituted the value. Now here M which is there, it's an unknown thing. That is what we have to find. So that will go into the, that will go on the left hand side. When it goes on the left, 300 comes in the place of M. So M goes to the in the place of 300. 300 comes in the place of M, and whatever was along with M goes into the denominator. So here we have M is equal to 300. So M went in the place of 300. 300 comes into the place of M, and whatever was along with M goes into the denominator. So that becomes 300 upon 10. If you cancel the zeros, you understand M is 30 gram. This is simple. Okay. Now you need to make sure that more and more sums are being practiced. Similar sums will be given for you during the activity, so that you all, it becomes very easy for you all. Okay, I hope what was done today was clear. Thank you.